Hey club members, and welcome to your full body Pilates with just a block. So a yoga block is all you're going to need today along with your mat. So find a safe space to move your bodies, get yourself settled in, and we are going to get started. We are going to start lying down on our backs, so you're finding yourselves in a nice comfortable position, and you're just going to bring those legs nice and long. Finding those heels on the mat, you can place one hand on that belly, one hand on that chest, and just slowly start to close down those eyes. Taking a big deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, side out through your mouth. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Your breath is what guides you and supports you through your movement, so really focusing in on what that breath feels like, how it moves through your body. And with that, slowly starting to bend those knees, plant your feet. You can bring those arms down by your side. Just let them nice and naturally hang down by your hips. You're going to bring those knees over to the right side of your mat. So a little windmill over. Finding that little twist here, taking a big deep breath in, and on your next exhale, slowly coming over to that left side twist. Good. One more each side, little twist to the right. Good. Nice and slow, breathe into any areas of the body, giving you a little bit of feedback. Coming and returning back to center, and over to the left. You've got it. Coming back in through center, you're going to reach beside you and grab your yoga block. And you're going to place that block underneath that low back and the top of your glutes. So you're resting that glute on your block. From here, tucking that tailbone under you, feeling that core engage. Those knees are about hip distance apart. Hands are coming down long by your side. Shoulders are back. From here, you're going to bring that right knee up into tabletop. Just so those knees are stacked over top of those hips. Left knee comes up to meet. Left legs drop. Right legs come back down. Starting with the left leg this time. Left leg lifts. Right leg comes up to meet. Right leg drops. Left leg drops. Finding that sequence, alternating which knee comes up every time. Drop it down. Yes, in that elevated raise here, you want to avoid flaring in those ribs as you bring those knees up. Try your best to keep that belly button down and wide, keeping that engagement all the way through. Keeping that upper body nice and heavy. Good. Using that breath here. Just warming up the bodies, warming up that center, just bringing that awareness to where that body should be. You bring it up, you lift. And in. Good. Tap down. And release. You're here for 4 more seconds. Good. Last 3. We're going to keep those legs up in tabletop in 2. Last 1, meeting me all the way at the top. Those legs stay parallel. You're going to bring that right toe down to meet the mat. Back up to center. Left toes down. Alternating each time here. If you want that little extra challenge, you can bring those arms long above that chest, fingertips up towards the ceiling, and just hold here. Good. Holding that engagement in your center. Always know that you can bring those hands back down to meet the mat whenever you need to. Good work. You're here for 15 more, alternating each side. Now, when you bring those toes down, try to avoid bending in that knee joint. You're keeping that 90-degree angle all the way through. For 8. Yes, last 6. We're going to start to find full extension. We're going to bring those arms into it. In 2. Last 1, right leg extends, left arm long. Come back in through center. Good. Finding that alternate side, right arm back, left leg long. Finding that full flexion in those legs. If you notice that when you drop those legs down towards the mat, that lower back starts to lift, just minimize your range. You can always come to a 45-degree angle and just find that knee back in. Whatever feels most comfortable for your body without losing that integrity and the intention behind the movement. Good. Pull it in. You've got it. Reaching nice and long. Pull it in. Beautiful. For 8. For 7. Yes, you're here for 6. Final 5. You've got it for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last one, coming back to center. I want you to keep those hands right above that chest. You're gonna glue those legs together. You're gonna bring those heels to touch, bring those knees and toes out wide. So it's like your little frog position. You're gonna bring those arms past those knees to the hips, find that knees into a little bend, little frog, extend both legs out, reach those arms back behind the head. Good, just on that 45-degree angle here. Find that bend, lift and push those heels up. Good, feeling that flexion all the way through. You lift, extend, push. Good. Beautiful, staying with it. Reach those arms down by your hips, opening up in those hips as you push in and push out. Pull in. Good, find your push. Yes, keeping that core nice and engaged all the way through. Lift and hold. Good, for 8, 7, you're here for 6, final 5, good, final 4, breathe, last 3, yes, final 2, last 1, bringing those heels up above those hips, hands are coming back down by your sides. You're gonna bring those legs to a parallel position, flexing those feet up at the top. You're gonna bring one leg down, right or left. You're gonna bring that right leg down to an L shape, point those toes at the bottom, and slowly guide that leg back up, flex as you reach the top. Opposite foot comes down. Point and push that body up, find your flex at the top. Flex down, point and pull up. Good, flex and down, alternating each time. Point as you come down, lift and reach, flex at the top. Good, keeping that center nice and stable. Beautiful, hold and lift. You're here for 15 more, and then we're gonna find both legs down and up. Beautiful, for 8, 7, 6, 5, you're here for 4, 3, 2, last one, both legs come down. You can squeeze those legs together, point and lift up. Good, remember if you start to arch in that low back, minimize your range and find that on a 45 to 30-degree angle, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Good, point and reach. Beautiful, stay with it, find your flow. Keep that core engaged, lift and squeeze. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, beautiful, for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Bring those knees in towards your chest, little squeeze. Good job, team. You're gonna bring those legs back down, lift those glutes, and find that block on that right thigh. You're gonna bring that right knee up into tabletop. Left hand is coming onto that block. Right hand is behind the head. From here, you're gonna bring that left knee back up to meet the right, and you're gonna start to lift and extend those legs nice and long. Right elbow stays back behind you, and gently release it down. Lift up and press. Good, come down. Just that gentle little lift, lift and extend, and back into center. Beautiful, you've got it. Reaching those toes nice and long, squeeze and return. Yes, you're here for 8. For 7, nice long counts here. Bring those knees, keeping them stacked over top of those hips. Little bit of pressure in that left palm. You're here for 4. Final 3. Good, you're here for 2. Last one, you hold that chest up. This time that right arm comes down. As that left leg comes long, pull it back. Good, reach it long. Back into center. You've got it, you reach. And back in. You're here for 8 more seconds. Bring that left leg to that hover. For 6. Final 5. You're here for 4. 3, 2, hold that extension for 8, 7, 6, shoulders lift up nice and high for 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down, breathe it in. Good. From here, getting right into that opposite side, right hand comes on to that block on that left thigh, both knees up in tabletop, left hand behind the head, pressure in that palm, you lift up into that crunch, you extend that right leg. Good, come back into center and release it down, pulling that belly button down towards your spine. Good, push into that block, bring it in and drop it down. Elbows are nice and wide, chest is up. Good, reach. You bring that inhale down to prep that body, breathe it in. Exhale to come up, reach those toes. Come back into center, release it down. 15 seconds, little bit of pressure in that right hand. Good. Stay with it. Little push down. Yes, you're here for 8, 6, last 4, 3, 2. From here, you lift that chest up. Left arm comes down as that right leg extends. Sweep it back. Good. Release. Sweep it back. Small little space between that chin and that chest. Don't forget to breathe. You've got it. You're here for 8, 7, 6. Little bit of pressure in that right palm. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. We hold that extension for 8. Good. Don't forget to breathe. You've got it. For 6. Can you lift a little bit higher? You're here for 4. Yes, you can. 3. You're almost there. Last 2. Final 1. Bring it in. Whew. Setting that block off to the side just for a moment. We're going to find those little rock and rolls here. So we're going to roll like a ball, bring those hands back behind those knees. If you've moved with me on the platform before, you know you've seen this. You're going to bring yourself into a reverse crunch, bring it up towards the nose. Swing up, lift up into your V-sit. Good. And gently roll down, bone by bone. Lift up and roll. Good. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Beautiful. Last little push. One more. Bring it in. Lift up. Hold. From here, arms are coming nice and long. Squeeze and hold for 8 seconds total. Good. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2. Gently release it down. Crossing those legs, you're going to grab that block. And from here, we're coming up onto all 4s. So you're going to bring those knees underneath those hips. You're going to bring that block so it's nice and close to those legs. Your left forearm's coming down onto the mat. Right hand is planted. You're going to bring that right knee up and you're going to place it on the block. So we're finding a little bit of resistance with the block here. You're keeping those left hips stacked over top of the right. You're going to point those right toes. You're going to lift that knee up and tap down. Lift up and squeeze. Tap down. Good. Gentle little lift and lower. Bring it up and drop. Good. Finding that little lift. Good. Trying not to fall back onto those hips and open those glutes up and those hips up. We're just finding that little lift, little hover, drop down. Good. 15 more here until we build. Lift up. Drop down. Lift and squeeze up and drop. Good. For 8. For 6, just a little tap. Good work. For 4, 3, 2. From here, you lift that knee up. Find your extension nice and long behind you. Coming back into center. Release and drop. Lift up. Extend those legs. Come back into your hover. Then tap. Good. Lift. Extend. Bring it in. And tap. Beautiful. Last 8 counts here. Finding that full extension at the back. You're here for 8. For 6. Beautiful. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold that extension. Tap those toes down. Lift up. Good. Tap. And lift. Stay with it. You drop. Come up. Beautiful. Down. And lift. You're here for 15. You've got it. Squeeze and lift. Beautiful. Hold that extension nice and long. Spine's nice and long. Breathe it in. And lengthen long. You're here for 8. For 6, we're going to find a little pulse at the back. In 4, 3, 2. Lift and squeeze. Find your pulse up. And pulse. Good. Lift. Lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. For 4, we're going to bring that knee to elbow. In 2, 1. Bring it in. Little pulse towards that elbow. Hold. For 8, 7, 6. Feel that side body fire up. For 3, 2, 1. Gently bring those knees back down to center. Stretch out the body. Find your child's pose. Quick little stretch. Beautiful. From here, you're going to bring that block and you're just going to place it underneath your belly, and you're going to bring yourself up onto those feet. Walk those hands back towards those toes, and you're going to gently step over top of that block. So those toes are on the ground beneath you. Those knees are nice and in line with those toes, and those heels are on the block. From here, you're going to find a little lower into a squat, and you're gonna lift up and squeeze. Good, straight up and down. Once you get the hang of it, I want you to bring those hands down by your sides. You're gonna reach those arms out in front of you. Lift and squeeze. Good, drop down. And you lift. Beautiful, staying with it, finding your flow here. Lift up. You've got it, bring it down. Drop. And lift. Elongating in that spine, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. Good, you drop. You lift and squeeze. Beautiful, for 8. For 7. You've got it for 6. Final 5. Stay with me here for 4. Final 3. You're gonna hold nice and low in 2. Hold down in your chair pose. Just those arms are gonna swing by your hips. Lift up and reach. Good, swing it down, lift up, extend. Beautiful, keeping that center nice and lifted. Flat backs here, hold for 8. For 7, you're here for 6. Yes, those legs are gonna start to shake. That's okay, you're working hard. You're here for 4. Last 3, last 2. Hold those arms nice and long, little pulse into those knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, good for 4, 3, 2, 1, gently come up. Whew, shake out those legs. All right, from here, we're gonna bring ourselves back down. So gently coming back down onto all fours, bending into those legs, and find yourselves here. You're gonna bring that yoga block underneath that left knee this time. That right forearm is down. You're on that right knee, and you place that left knee on the block. Nice and light. You lift up and lower down. Good, little lift, little lower. Keeping it nice and simple. Remember, we're not opening up those hips too much, just a little hover over top of that block and drop. Good, lift and lower. You come up, drop it down. Beautiful. You're here for 15, and then we start to build up. Good, lift and squeeze, 10 more seconds. Beautiful, stacking those hips over top of those knees on that right side. Crown is nice and in line with that spine. For 4, 3, 2, 1. You find your hover, lift up, reach those left toes back, come back into center and drop. Lift up, reach those toes, come back into center and drop. Good, lift, reach, coming back in and drop it down. Good, up, extend. You have 8 more to go right here. Find your flow, get into it. You've got it, shoulders are up and away. You've got it, drop down. For 4, for 3, you've got it. For 2, last 1, tap down. You bring those legs up to that full extension, toes come down. Lift and squeeze up. Good, tap and lift. Keeping nice and long here, squeeze up, drop down, and lift. Yes, 15 seconds here until we find that pulse. You drop down, lift up. Woo, yes, you can. Bring it up and lift. For 15, you're here for your final 8, 7, 6, 5. We pulse in 4, 3, 2. Hold those legs up, little pulse. Hold. 15 seconds total. Good. Then we bring that knee in towards your elbow in 8, 7, 6, 5. Good for 4, 3, 2. Knee to elbow. Find your pulse. Bring it in. For 15 total. Hold. Good. 10 to go. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come down, pull the body back. Find your child's pose. Good work here, team. All right, from this position, we are going to bring that block underneath that right palm, and you're gonna bring that left palm down onto the mat. You're gonna come up into a little pike, so you're gonna bring those glutes up, tuck those toes under, lift up, and from here, you're gonna drive that left knee into your right elbow. Find your twist, lift up and press. Good, twist in, lift up, extend. Good, keeping that core engaged, try not to flare those ribs at the top. You squeeze it up, drop down and twist. Breathe into it for 15 seconds. Then we're gonna find a little pulse of that left knee in towards that right elbow. In 8, good. In 7, nice long counts here for 6. Final 5, let's go for 4. Final 3, you're here for 2. Last one, finish off your final rep, bring it over top of those hands, find that knee, pulse it in for 8, 7, 6, 5, good for 4, 3, 2, 1, come down, knees wide, push into those glutes, find your stretch. Beautiful, bring that block over to that left side. You have your final little movement, bring that left hand in, right palm down, up here. Finding your pike, up, you lift and squeeze, press into the floor, right knee, left elbow, push up, extend. Good, bring it down, sweep, and reach. Good, find that nice long line here, tuck that head, keep that core engaged, and in, 15. Let's go. And then we have our pulse. Breathe. Good. Little shakes are okay here for 8. Beautiful. For 7, there's those long counts. And again here, move with intention. You've got it here. You're here for 4. Final 3. Final 2. Finish off your final 1. Meet me back in your plank. Find that knee, bring it in. And pulse for 8. 7, 6, 5, last little push here for 3, 2, 1. Gently come down onto those knees. Bring yourself onto the Pilates block with both those hands. Bring your body back into your child's pose. Rest that head. Pull it through those arms. Taking a big deep breath in here. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful work here today, team. All right, pushing up onto those hands, coming up onto those knees. Taking one last big breath together, reach up. Thanking your bodies for taking care of yourselves today, for moving your bodies. Thank you for moving with me. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video.